Hi, and welcome back to Musicians Edition Practice with Me for Flute. I'm your teacher, Risa, and today we're working in the Rubank Intermediate Method, and we're on page 29 looking at the major and minor keys in thirds. Now, I know we've done previous exercises in thirds. This time we're working in the A-flat major key, since we had A-flat major studies last time. Okay, so it's going along with it. So that is going to help. All right, it's pretty important to know the thirds, or at least it helps a lot to do things in thirds, because there's a lot of patterns in music that use the thirds. And it'll help to know if you're trying to improv as well, because if you're improving, you want to do notes that are within the chord, and more than likely something of the thirds is in the chord. All right, let's go ahead and just play well, it's not marked exercise 1, but it's exercise 1. A-flat major in thirds. Okay, so let's take a look at our key signature, see how many flats there are. How many flats are there? 4. We have B-flat, E-flat, A-flat, and D-flat. Okay, that D-flat might kind of catch you off guard here and there, so if you need to mark it in, or circle the key signature, whatever. We are working common time, nice of 4, but you can see we have a lot of 8th note action going on. We also have a repeat, so we really want to make sure that we're comfortable and get this under our fingers. That's the point of the repeat, is to make sure that we're confident with it. All right, let's go ahead. We'll start this off slow, do the repeat. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. All right, excellent job. So this is one we're gonna also wanna work our speeds up to as well. So for me, that was like kind of a comfortable pace, right? And if you struggled with it, don't worry about it. There's some difficult spots in here, especially with that higher range. So if you did struggle with anything there, just remember, take it note by note and even work, 2 notes at a time. So say it's G to B flat. Just work on that transition there and then start putting it more together. Okay, so work your way there, slow it down, whatever you need to do. For time being, let's speed it up a little bit and let's put our metronomes on as well, just because I know I have a tendency to speed things up a little bit. Let's go for 80. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. All right, excellent job. Let's do it one more time. Let's speed it up even more. Let's go for 90. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. All right, excellent job. That's as fast as we'll go today. I know that probably was kind of fast for our first day or whatever, but sometimes I like to push our limits. Okay, make sure you practice that one and speed that one up even more. I'd like to see it go 100, a little bit more even. Okay, all right, but we have to wrap that up. So let's go ahead and move on to the F minor melodic scale. So our key signatures still marked the same with all those flats, still in common time, but you can now see we have some naturals marked in here, right? Yes, and it changes going upwards and downwards, so it's going to feel and sound a little funkier, okay? This one might need a little extra time just because of that. There's a repeat on this one, so let's go ahead and do the repeat. We'll start off slow and we'll work our way up. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. All right, excellent job. So definitely takes a little thinking powers between the D naturals, E naturals, to shifting over then to a D flats and E flats, right? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and let's use the metronome and we'll speed this up again. Let's go back to our 85, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. I think for this one, we'll just hold off on that one. I mean, still continue working it, work your way up to the 90, working your way up to the hundreds as well. This one's just a little more challenging, and I want you to really be precise when you're practicing these. Make sure they're solid. I had a couple times where, I don't know if you heard, you probably did, there was just a little blip because I was like, E flat, oh no, that's E natural, and I was changing it in the middle of it. I want you to be confident about with this. So I want you to make sure you're real precise. Right, hitting every note, very solid, knowing exactly what it is and what you're hitting. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the F minor harmonic. Still have those flats, still common time. Okay, we could see that some of the things have dropped out going up. We're back to D flat, it's not D natural like the melodic, but our E's are still natural. Coming down, it's going to remain the same, so the E's are the natural still, D's are still flat. Okay? All right, let's do this slowly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. excellent job. So you can hear, and it feels very drastic from like the C to the E natural to the D flat. The intervals sound a lot more intense. All right, because when we had it C, E natural, D natural, it felt like it was much closer, but now it feels further away, so it feels more intense. All right, let's go ahead and do it again. This time with the metronome, let's do it at 85 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. I had a little blip there at the end. Once again, it was a, which one is it? So make sure you really take your time on that one too. All right, switching gears into A major now. So major change, no pun intended. We're going from flats to sharps now. But it is what it is. It's still starting on A, still in thirds. Patterns are the same, just our flats and sharps have changed, okay? So let's go ahead and give this a try, nice and slowly. We have F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp now. All right? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. All right, excellent job. That one's a little more challenging, so I'm going to leave that one as is. Okay, make sure you practice that high section. I know it's a little challenging. Just slow it down, take it note by note, do transitional notes, whatever you need to do, and then kind of work on the speed and getting it more together. All right, let's go ahead and look at the F sharp minor melodic scale. Okay, this is going to have the same pattern as the melodic, obviously. Still in those sharps, and now we have more sharps on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. This one is quite challenging, isn't it? So Let's take a look. D sharp, the fingering is equivalent to E flat. I don't want you to write an E flat though, because I want you to get used to seeing the D sharp. We need to know D sharp. Not think of it as E flat, not changing it to E flat, okay? But just know the fingering equivalent is E flat. Now, E sharp has the same equivalent fingering as F. Once again, I don't want you marking it in as F. I want you to actually learn it as E sharp. Okay, same thing with those higher ones, okay? I know it's a little confusing and it takes a little brain power, okay? So, let's do this again, real nice and slow, okay? Because you can work on speed on your own time. I just want us to really have fingerings down and to really think about it, and hopefully things start to click a little bit, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Also, real quick, just take note that this one coming down, it's just the same as the natural minor scale, okay? So if you missed that, mark that in. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the F sharp minor harmonic, okay? This one, we're dropping one of the sharps. We're dropping D sharp, but we're keeping F sharp, and that's going to be F sharp going up and F sharp coming back down, okay? Once again, we'll do this real nice and slow, and we'll keep this one slow as well. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. Hopefully that one was a little bit easier with the D sharp dropped out. It does take a little bit of thinking power, and especially now going downwards since it's remaining sharp. Let's do it one more time, still on slow. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. right, excellent job. So make sure on that one you really slow it down, work it out. Do not mark those E sharps as Fs. Leave them as E sharps. And then make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then start working on your tempo faster and faster and faster. All right? If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.